Welcome to this short video on ambivalence. Now, I've chosen to do this because I think it's one of those words that people hear and even use without always fully understanding. So I just want to clarify exactly what ambivalence means. So when we're ambivalent about something, we hold simultaneous contradictory beliefs. And I think what sometimes people think is that they're like stuck in the middle, like don't really care. I'm ambivalent about it. But actually, it means that you both really, really want that thing and think it's a fantastic idea, and you don't want it at all. You think it's too hard, it's not going to work, you're not interested. And so you flip flop back and forth between these two things, and it's absolutely exhausting, and you do not move forward. So I just want to talk you through a series of questions to ask yourself if you are feeling ambivalent. And to give you an example, if you are somebody that drinks alcohol there and you occasionally have moments where you wake up in the morning and say, I'm never drinking again, then you probably feel ambivalent about alcohol. So on one hand, you're like, I know it's bad for me. It's expensive. I keep getting into these sticky situations. I've got anxiety and shame and regret around it. On the other hand, you're like, but I love drinking. It's so much fun. I have so much fun out with my friends when I'm drinking. Like, I don't want to stop. I want to be part of the crowd. So these are simultaneous contradictory beliefs. This can also come up a lot, for example, if you're in a relationship or a job that's not quite right and you can't decide whether to stay or go. So start off by asking yourself or your client, what is good about the current situation? Because there are good things about it, or you wouldn't still be there. If it was that awful, you would have made a change by now. Once you've established that, yes, there are good things about the current situation, then it's time to ask what you would change about it if you could. And that might be everything, or it might be just parts of it. Then you need to ask, what are the downsides? What are the costs, the implications of making those changes? So, like, it might be difficult, it might be expensive, it might take time. You might have a fear of being judged, fear of failure. And then what would be the benefits of those changes? So what's the best possible outcome that you could have if you make these positive changes? And hopefully you can then see that the benefits outweigh the downsides. But if you can't, that's fine too, because if you can come to a conclusion, then you get away from the ambivalence and you can stay where you are and do that happily. The next question is, how important is it for you to make these changes? If it's not important at all, then why are we still here? And if it is very important, then it's becoming clearer and clearer that this is the thing to do. And then how confident are you that you can make them? Do you need any help? Like, who can you ask for that help? And on these questions about importance and confidence, I really suggest rating it from 1 to 10. And then looking at why you've chosen that number. Like, what would it take to make it a number higher? Why did you choose that number and not a number lower? Like, this will really give you some insight. And then what are you going to do next? Are you going to stay with how things already are, or are you going to make the change? And you've probably heard me say this before. So you either choose it or change it. And what this is about, it's about not getting stuck in this ambivalent state where you're just constantly whinging about the thing, you're not happy about it. Maybe your friends are getting bored of hearing you talk about it all the time, but nothing is changing. And it's not to say that you have to go and make the big crazy changes every time. You don't have to always go and make these big life-changing decisions. But if you choose not to, if you choose to stick with how things are, make sure that's a conscious choice and let go of that dream, at least for now, and be happy with the choice that you've made. One of the things that you can do to help you with that is gratitude. So just asking yourself, like, what is good? Back to that first question, what is good about how things are right now? Like, why am I choosing this? And it might just be, it feels safe. It's simple. I know what I'm doing. And that is absolutely fine, but make it a conscious decision. You're choosing to stick with how things are. So you're not going to let it get you down anymore. You're not going to constantly be thinking about should I, should I, should I. You're going to make that decision, or you're going to start making the changes. Choose it or change it. What do you think? How would this help you making a decision?